Assalamu alaikum, family. Hope this finds you all in the highest of vibes, the highest of Iman. This is Aji coming at you. Today is the 6th day of Ramadan. I didn't do the yesterday's reflections because yesterday was another difficult day. I was having low vibes, feeling really sad. I just came from Africa about a month ago. I spent about almost 2 years there, so the weather was not sunny yesterday. So it was like really wore me down in a bit. Like I just wasn't feeling my high vibes. I really miss my family in Africa. And this Ramadan is honestly like I can't even front. As happy as I look in these videos, I'm really happy, but there's just certain days and moments where I'm just so sad because of the this is not normal. Like we don't do Ramadan like this alone. Like I'm literally here practicing Ramadan by myself. Like that's why I really get excited to do these Ramadan reflections to connect with you all, because who does Ramadan alone? I mean, we can't even go to the masjids to have iftar, to pray nafilas prayers, the salah. It's just really different. So you have to excuse me when I'm just not in the vibe, because sometimes I'm able to push through, and other days it's just like, whoa, today is the day that I need to just sit with myself and just ponder and meditate. So I guess that goes into my first tip, is when you're having low vibration, how do I put this word? When you're having low vibes, like that, a day is just not feeling well, that is the moment, that is the day for you to just, you have to tap into your consciousness. You have to become more conscious of everything you do that day to help you to get out of that, or to feel better, or to just be strong. The more conscious you are, the stronger you are. So tap into yourself. Like, what do you need? The self-love and the self-care needs to go up a notch on those kind of days. Like, what do I need to do for myself today to feel better? What do I need to do to understand what's going on? Because a lot of the times when we're having those days, it is an opportunity to learn, to grow. Sometimes we'll be having like old emotions, or just something is going on that we're not aware of. So the more conscious we are, the more aware we can be about what is going on with us, so we can help our own selves and be our own best friend. That way, even if you have to talk to a family member, you actually know what to say, for them to help you, whether it's advice or anything like that. And when you're more conscious, you know what to say to your creator when you call upon him to help you. Even if you don't know, you could be like, Allah, I am confused. I'm not feeling well. Like, I don't understand what's going on. Like, help me, guide me, make everything clear for me, so I know what it is that myself is asking of me, or what you yourself as my creator is asking for me in these moments. When I get really low and sad, like, I automatically connect to other people who are suffering even more than me, who don't have the hope. You know what I'm saying? The hope that I have, the ability to just tap into something to feel grateful about, just to even know that your creator is in your life. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which means Allah the Most High, tells us verbatim in the Quran that he is to us how we think of him. So our thoughts are very important. Our thoughts make our reality. Our thoughts like mold who we are, even physically, through the study of epigenetics. Like, our experiences, our thoughts, how we see ourselves, how we think of ourselves, really plays a big role in who we are and what our reality looks like. So if there's people that are unable to see the goodness in themselves, or even to have high vibes, or even be able to connect to the creator, I'm like, what are they doing right now in these type of moments that are so difficult? And those are the moments I feel even not sadder, but like my feelings just get really intense, and I'm just like, feel obligated to pray for those people. Be like, Allah, like, help them and make ease for them and bring them closer to you, and allow them, gift them the consciousness to be able to be aware of their power and their ability to connect with you. I don't know why. Whenever I feel sad, I think of the people who are more sad and who need my prayers at the moment, because I'm like, I have my creator, so I'm able to get through this. I have the strength to get through this. And that's because I am aware of my creator. Not that they don't have our creator, they're not aware of him. So if you're not aware of him, how can you tap into the power that he gives you, especially in those moments when you really need it? So Today I'm feeling good. So all that I had to do yesterday, meditate, just relax, just chill. I mean, sometimes you just have to just really chill and figure out like go on with yourself, Just so I was able to just relax, to really chill, get in my mind. I love to get in my mind. Like that's my favorite place to be is my mind because it's so fun. That's when I get to think of every reality that just feels so good. I get to think of the beauty of life. That's where I'm able to be grateful, connect with my creator directly in silence. I love those moments, and those are the moments that our creator loves because that is you being aware and knowing that your creator is closer to you than your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So being able to connect with myself yesterday and meditate and really figure out that what I was feeling was seriously is the loneliness of Ramadan. Like I was like, no, I'm good. Like I've done Ramadan alone before, but it was I'd be at home, but then after that I'd go to the masjid where everybody's there and we're sharing in the vibes of Ramadan, but I don't have that. So it gets difficult sometimes. So you have to really tap into your strength and your consciousness to get through those days. So I wanted to. The main tip today is, after all that, is that the question is, how are we connected to our Creator? And to also address the terminology or the verbiage that people like to say that we're gods, we're goddesses. And I know some people who are strictly monotheists be like, oh no, don't say that. Like, I'm not trying to say I'm God. Like, there's only one God. Like, and I understand what they say when they say that, what they mean. It takes somebody who is spiritually mature in order to say that, one, in order to also understand that. What they mean is our soul is beyond this reality. Our soul is beyond this face that you see. My soul, our soul is deeper than this ego. The ego is the character you see, the character I'm playing right now. Not that I'm not being authentic, but I'm beyond this character called Aji. I'm beyond this character that's a Muslim, that is a mother that is African, you know what I'm saying, that's Black. I'm beyond that. My soul doesn't carry those titles, although those titles are an expression of my soul, but my soul is beyond that. And the reason why my soul is beyond that on the highest level, and the only level higher than your soul, is God, the Creator Himself. Why? Because Allah tells us in the Quran that and when I just cite the Quran, I'm just giving it generally, just so that to kind of incite or to bring about the topic of the Quran, so that when I talk about it, you'll be like, okay, she keeps talking about the Quran. Now it makes sense why she's doing a full-on video about it. These videos got to be short, so if I don't have all the surahs exactly where it's from, it's just because I read the Quran a lot, and I don't always have like, oh, I got it from this surah. But if you want me specifically to tell you which surah or which book pretty much in the Quran, I say book because each surah is so powerful. It's like a book, but the Quran is one book, different chapters that are kind of like books within themselves. Like if you're used to the Bible, there's different books, you know what I'm saying, within it. So it's kind of like that, if that makes sense. But like I said, inshallah, I will have to do a full-on video on the Quran, the miracles of the Quran, so that we can get on a more so we can understand each other a little bit more. Like I said, if you want me to go in detail about the Quran and make a video about the Quran, leave a comment below, inshallah, and I will go ahead and do that. All right, so back to the question, how are we connected to our Creator? When our Creator created Adam, He said He molded Adam with His own hands. You know what I'm saying? Then He presented him to the angels once He breathed His soul into him. So what He says is, so like if I breathe onto you, like, I don't want to use this example, but I was going to say, like, if somebody got corona or something in them and they breathed it into you, what is in them is now onto you or in you, right? So it's like what the Creator is of, what He's made of, what He is, what I'm saying what because we don't know. It's just amazing. What He is, He breathed that into Adam, which was His soul. He breathed His soul into Adam. So what the energy of Allah, the greatness of Allah, the might of Allah, the beauty of Allah. Imagine that He Himself loved us so much and was so pleased with us as the creation that He breathed whatever is in Him that He wants to give to us onto us. So that's what our soul is. That's why our soul is directly connected to our Creator. That's why you don't have to call upon any prophet, any saint, any man, anything to connect with your Creator. You're directly from just your natural essence of who you are connected to your Creator without anything in between. That's why when you tap into your higher self and you go on a spiritual journey, it makes that relationship even more clear, allows you to really know it, so you see the power and are able to tap into the power of connecting with your Creator directly. So like I said, just to recap real quick, when our Creator created Adam, peace be upon him, the first original man, a black man, he breathed his soul into him. So that is that same soul that is in us, that in the most beautiful, majestic way pretty much like duplicates, but every time it's in a being, it's its own individual self or essence, you know what I mean? So it's like that's how we're also one, but you can also see how we're individuals in that same idea. We'll be able to get that thought across. It's like a whole nother level. But all in all, what our soul is made of is directly from the Creator's breath into us. You know what I mean? So that's why people will say, oh, we're gods, we're goddesses. Be careful when you say that, but I do understand what they mean by that our power is on that level. And like I said, our Creator has said in the Quran that we are the best of His creation. Why? Because we have free will. Our soul comes directly from Him. So we have a beautiful connection. Like we're even higher than the angels if we're conscious. Now, first, if we're asleep, we're just like that. We could be just like the animals, I'd say, because please don't get me wrong. I just mean like you're not living to your full potential as a creation if you're not conscious. You know what I mean? Conscious of yourself, your power, your Creator, conscious of everybody and connecting with people and just having that love. So for this video, it gets long, is He says in the Quran, we're the best of creation. Why? Because we have free will, and yet on top of that free will, we choose to submit our will to Him by obeying Him and taking on His prescriptions and directions and commandments for us to live our best life, full of peace, full of gratitude, full of all of the beauty that life has to offer. He shows us how to tap into that and how to really be our greatest versions, because if we don't do that, I mean, it's up to us. Again, it's our free will. So when we choose that, we're higher than the angels, because the angels don't have free will. They have to obey. As they hear, they obey. But with us, when we choose to use our free will in the way and the path of our Creator to serve humanity and do all of that, we are not only equal to the angels, but we are above the angels, because our Creator already created the angels when He then decided to create us. Even the angels were like, so you're going to create a creation that's just going to spread mischief and spread blood and just do madness on this earth? And our Creator told them, I know what you don't know about this creation. And that is the beauty of our soul. And even like I'm about to get too deep in there, but the beauty of our soul is the truth, and it's all of it is truly with the Creator, as in to let you know you will be gifted to know your soul, but its ultimate knowledge and all of what it is with your Creator, because it's just too much, too high to really verbalize even in our dimension. So this is why when we climb dimensions in the 5th dimension, higher and higher, you're able to really tap into the essence and the truth and the nature of your soul. I really pray and hope that you're all in the highest of vibes, that Ramadan is going well for you. I'm just sending y'all lots of loving energy and loving vibes and hope, so that we all know that it is okay for us to be alone right now. It's not easy, because I be having my days, but we will get through this together. All right, family, I really appreciate your time, your energy, and your attention. This is Ajit coming at you. Wassalama.